please go ahead. I'm in your hands. I'm really excited about this.
Okay, great. By the way, this video that you see on my homepage is generated with AI.
Wow.
It's just an image that I use, which basically talks. It's my talking head now,
It's literally a talking
I didn't. And all the audio that you hear, I actually just typed the words and it converted into speech. So it's pretty crazy. We use AI for everything. Just almost everything. It's this is where all the magic is. This is you go here and this is the wizard. You tell the wizard what is it that you're seeking funding for. Okay, you can be.
Can we come up with something? Can we play around?
Yeah. Tell me what do you need money for?
Okay, so because I'm living in Colombia, and actually as soon as we're done recording, I'm flying to Bogota. Let's look for some funding for either WASH, and if you're in development, you know exactly what that means, or something to do with nutrition or IDPs, internally displaced persons in Colombia. Is there a way to search and just...
So you need funding to support internally displaced people in Colombia?
Yeah. Or some kind of a nutrition project or a WASH project. I'm just throwing stuff at a wall just to see how this works.
Need grant to support
This is pretty ASMR, and I asked Deepa to turn on her computer mic, so everyone's hearing your keyboard. This is some deep ASMR. The first time I've had that on Future Signal. And while you're typing that, I really wanted to rebrand into Future Signal because I think it's important that some of the noise in AI can be really scary, and it's like, oh, this is all going to replace us. And I really want to highlight the things that are going to allow us to be better at what we already do. And I think if an organization can go out and get a grant, basically iterate to get that money quicker, that's a win. So anyways, okay. So, and I can't read necessarily what you wrote.
Okay. I just said need grant to support internally displaced people in Bogota.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. And so basically this is where you describe the project that you're seeking funding for. You can be more elaborate if you want to, like you can say our goal is to reach X number of people, or, we want to support them for 1 year or whatever. You can provide more specifics related to the project that you want to seek funding for. And spelling mistakes are fine. You don't have to structure your thoughts. Think of it as dumping your thoughts here. It's like a dump of your thoughts for which you're seeking funding. And once you're done, just say, create outline. And AI will use this information to create an outline for this. This is a winning grants template, by the way. So if you've never written grant, if you use this template, it's a winning proposal template. It has actually all the questions that donors ask for, which is basically, what is the problem you're solving, what is your solution, the goals and objectives, plan of action, project deliverables, team members. I can just say, this is something that you have to copy paste, but if you set up a team account on GrantOrb, it automatically applies, so you don't have to put team members all the time. Project head, I can just say here.
So if you create your account on GrantOrb, and you and I have a nonprofit and there's 10 team members, we would just load in all the team members' names, bios, backgrounds, whatever we need. So that way it's kind of like it just auto populates like many websites do when you're, like the way you can save a credit card, for example, in the Google file.
It auto applies, yes.
Okay, cool.
And the partnerships, impact, and obviously organization information is something also you can save when you're creating a team account. You can talk about your past records, what you've done, establish your competency in delivering this kind of project. But I'll just say Bogota case.
I love how as you're typing this as well, up in the progress bar, I can see it move. That's just like a very pleasing thing to see,
Yeah. So we've designed this for the nonprofit sector because I come from this space, and with Salesforce Foundation, I've actually given out technology for free, and I've seen how technology doesn't get adopted if it's not simple. So the user interface is like really to make it as simple as possible. so that nobody gets confused. Like anybody, like an 80-year-old can write a grant, without any confusion. So just to guide them through the process. And once you're done, you can actually attach a file here if there of the grant guidelines that talks about the eligibility criteria. You can copy paste it here and do a quick eligibility check. And we basically, what we do is in red or green color and a one line summary, we say how this outline or this little information that it populated, which is your project details, whether it's an alignment or not. Um, and once you're done, so what the AI has done is basically, you've described your project here in the wizard. The AI has auto-populated this template. Your role is to read the 2 or 3 lines here and make sure it's in alignment with what you intend to do. uh, all the expertise has been baked into the system, so you don't have to think about the things. It will give you metrics. It's your job to see if these are the number of families you want to reach. If you want to reach more, you adjust that. If you want to reach less people, adjust that. Make sure the timelines of implementation are in alignment with what you want to do. So basically, just read through uh, uh, these couple of sentences that are there below each of the sections. Once you're satisfied with all of that, you've entered your organization information, the team members that will be involved in the project. Just go here and say, generate the grant. And this step basically takes 3 minutes, but the AI is actually writing the proposal for you using the information that it sees in the outline. It will build on that information that you put, like, minimally, about the project that you want to do.
And so this may be faster than the 3 minutes just because we've just made this up as a hypothetical. We didn't give the wizard a lot. Is that accurate? Like this, the amount of time it takes to render will be equal to the size of the grant, or because this is moving
No,
faster than 3 minutes.
yeah, it's not necessary. The thing is, you can give wizard more information about the specifics of your grant, like just about who the audience is, the target group that you aim to reach. You can be more
Mhm.
specific, but you can always say you've just started with that one line. You can always go back and iterate on this. It's written the problem statement. It's talked about the solution. Say you want to change things here. You want to talk more about the problem, like you want to give more context about the problem. You can go back. You can do simple edits right here if you want to, but
Yeah.
you can also do AI update with AI. So you go back here, and you add more context here. Say what about the problem statement you want to give. You want to talk about, give more details, like in terms of numbers or something. You can talk about that. But by the way, in about a week's time, we're going to be shipping data points and citations. So the problems right now, we don't provide data points because we want to be 100% sure that the data is sourced from a particular place. So we built in that feature, and soon the problem statement will come with data points, and it will talk about, like, say 2.6 billion people without sanitation as per World Health Organization. So we will support it, but right now what we ask nonprofits or whoever's writing is that you provide that data. So say you want to include that data here. You want to change your plan of action. Plan of action is great, but you want to project deliverables is great. Say you want to change your timelines and milestones. You want to put, instead of months, you want to actually say Jan to Feb or March to April, or whatever way you want to do it. You can come and make these changes here, and you can go down again. And oh, this is all the line item budget. So we don't cost it, but we provide all the related expenses that will go to do this project. So all you got to do is put an amount next to this, and for how much duration, and that's your line item budgeting. And this feature, actually, one of our users requested this feature. We didn't have line item budgeting before, but they were like, hey, we've never done line item budgeting. How do you do it? I'm like, instead of me teaching you, let's just get AI to do it. So, and then I just we have a note just telling them that just put the duration and the amount and next to each of these items, and that's it. That's your line item budgeting. And this actually, just anticipating all the expenses, takes time. Like when I was doing the budget for my Impact DAO book, I actually got a grant from Filecoin Foundation as well. And I remember spending like literally 2 weeks and going back and forth with my DAO team on Discord, trying to figure out all the potential expenses that we'll have. Like maybe we thought we'll do NFTs, Obviously we need to visualize everything, like, so we costed for some person to do visualization. And there were things that we didn't thought of those expenses, but those expenses took place. But AI already has the knowledge based on the nature of the project in terms of what are the kind of expenses that are going to take place. So you don't have to spend time doing that. Anyways, you can make all those changes, come back and say, I'm ready to generate the grant proposal. Uh, and you can update this multiple times, and all the versions will appear here on the top, and you can see the version 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of like iterating, like how you iterate on images. But you
This
don't
is
need to. But I don't think people need to do more than 3 iterations max, like if they need to. But say you didn't give the project much of a thought, and you just began with that one line sentence, and now you want to iterate on it, you can do that.
this is really impressive. I'm
And
pretty
oh, by the
blown
way,
away.
we've also trained an AI to customize the templates for different grant applications. So, for instance, every donor, like I showed you a winning grant template, but what every donor has, that they have their own style of putting out that information. Sometimes they will say project description. Now, what does project description mean? A lot of people don't know, but it is basically describe what you're going to be doing and why you're going to be doing, right? So there are different ways they seek that information. So we want people to feel comfortable, like as if they're actually filling out that application form. So we've trained an AI where you can customize any application form, any grant application form, and create a template that mirrors that. So for instance, this Crypto for Good fund, and this is their template. This is which AI generated it, and my job was to make sure AI actually captured all the questions. So if I had to do this manually, it would have taken me like 3 or 4 days. Not 3 or 4 days, actually, half a day to basically manually mirror the template, manually type it out. But AI does it, and I just check the work of AI, and my work is done in like 10 minutes. So our goal is for next year is to populate all the templates of different donors in North America, US, and Canada, and have it available on GrantOrb, so people can just come, take the template, fill it out, and then go and apply it. Obviously, they just have to copy the information and put it in the submission, form of that organization. But this is what it is. You can use this to write this. And we obviously, AI also extracts the eligibility criteria, and so you can also run an eligibility check on this application.
I'm really glad that you called out the Crypto for Good Fund. Mercy Corps Ventures, which is tied to Mercy Corps, is probably the leader in development for using AI and blockchain to solve real world problems. I don't think there's many other orgs that can even argue with that. So I'm really glad that that's front and center.